It worked. It worked, it worked. Oopsie. Oh, a few minutes early. I was stressing out thinking I was running late. And I'm a few minutes early, but that's okay. I'll just wait a few minutes, get things situated. I can't find it. Well, I'm glad I got on a couple minutes early because I can't find where my... Oopsie. And now I closed it out. I'm on a roll. Oh, I'm on a roll. Let's see. Oh, now I'm seeing cute stuff that people are doing. There it is. Yay. Okay. I got it. I still have 2 minutes left. So I'm going to gather things. I went looking for sawtooth hangers. You know, those little hanger thingies to put on the back of my soon-to-be shadow box. And since I reorganized my entire craft room, I'm not sure where I put them. So I'm thinking they might be in my toolbox outside in the car. We'll see. But that's okay. I'll put them on after I'm done with this. But I'm debating. I might not. I might not. Because I plan to put this in my booth. And the person who ends up with it may not want to hang it. They might want to, you know, set it on the table. Set it somewhere this way. And use it this way. But I don't know. My original plan is to have it used this way, not this way. Anyway, all that for this. I need to clean it off. I need to wash it off a little bit. And I got another minute, so I'm going to keep talking while I'm going to wait another minute. And I should have grabbed some tools, but I think I've got stuff in here I can use, because I might just go ahead and take this off completely so I can paint this better. As a matter of fact, I'm going to grab a screwdriver really quick while we're waiting. Well, I think all my Phillips head screwdrivers are in the toolbox in my car. Let me see. Oh, I have one down here. Yay! So that's covered. I might need these to help me get the handle off. So, but first I'm going to do the plates. Okay, it's 7:31. Hello. Okay, so Makeover Monday. This is something new that I'm doing. Basically what how do I start this again? I'm really flubbing it. Okay, I'll start from the beginning. Thursday afternoon during my lunch hour, I do live shopping at thrift stores. There are 5 thrift stores in this area that I have found so far that are open for the purpose of giving back to the community. Yes, all the thrift stores are, but these particular thrift stores are small ones here in town that local people have started in order to fund a passion that they have for giving back to the community. So we have Turning Point Thrift, which is associated with Loaves and Fishes. And Loaves and Fishes will provide groceries and food and well, groceries and food are the same thing, right? Groceries and meals for people who need it. Low income, there's like an income bracket you have to fall within, and if you're struggling, you can come make application and pick up groceries and food at no cost. And then the thrift store, Turning Point Thrift Store, is one of the ways that they raise funds in order to provide the food. And then there's Middle Earth Treasures, which is where I plan to go this week. They started that place in order to raise funds for Little Lighthouse. Her granddaughter attends Little Lighthouse, and so she wanted to give back because of all that they've done for her granddaughter. So all the proceeds that she makes at Middle Earth Treasures goes towards Little Lighthouse. And then there is thrift community thrift. They're a little bit on a bigger scale. They support AMVETS and disabled American veterans and disabled American veterans, plus veterans who shop there get all kinds of extra percentages off and special deals, more so than everybody else. And then, let's see, that's 3. And then Animal Aid of Tulsa, they help provide medical care and to take care of neglected and abused animals and to help them find new homes and all that sort of thing, and provide food and that kind of stuff. And then I recently discovered Family and Children's Services Thrift Store, and they provide clothing and household items and assistance with jobs for families in the local area as well. So those are the 5 stores that I rotate on right now. And I'm always keeping my eyes and ears open for new ones. And I started doing that because every time I asked somebody if they knew about Turning Point Thrift Store, they said no. And so I explained to them what it was, and I thought, this would be a fun way to raise awareness for these different places, to help them, hopefully help them, and in turn they will help the community. Get more people out there to donate goods, or to donate funds, or to donate time. I love to Turning Point Thrift is so close to my job that I've been spending a lot of lunch hours there, just working, just helping. So I sort the craft supplies and get them priced and ready to go on the shelf, and I get them up on the shelf, and it couldn't be a better volunteer job because I love it. It's what I love, and I love crafting, and I love craft supplies, and I love all the good things, and I love the fact that we're helping to feed people. So it's just a win-win situation for everybody. And then you could go shop there at the different places because they have some great stuff for such low prices that, it's better than going over to, major department stores and buying. So that's what this is about. And then Friday, I will do Found It Fridays, where I go live and show you what I found when shopping on Thursday. And maybe talk a little bit about what we could do with it. If I pick more than one item up, then we'll pick an item that I'll work on Mondays. And then I want to start do a post where I put a picture of what we're going to make over, and then I would love to see what people come up with. So I may ask for suggestions and ideas and that sort of thing from my people who are shopping with me and doing all of this fun stuff with me. And then Monday will be Makeover Monday, and we'll do the makeover for the items. So I have reached the point where I've got 2 items that I'm going to do tonight because, I did one already. This is the 3rd one that I had. I picked this up right here, and it was just this hearts and these side panels, and it was sitting flat on the table. And so I added some feet to it, and then I saw somebody doing something like this with a Dollar Tree crate on YouTube, and I just fell in love with it. And so This is my take on it. I'm not finished. I want to add a little sign right here that says love with Scrabble tiles. So I'm working out the logistics. Can't put it here because this is slanted down so you won't see it. So I'm working something out to make it happen in here in front of these two hearts. So this is one of my favorite, I love this thing, one of my favorite little makeovers that I've done with this that I found at Community Thrift Store for a little over $1. A little over $1. And it had a little, it has a little boo-boo right here. And that's really okay. I just made sure that that was in the back. So, that's that one thing that I've done so far. Well, not the only one, but one of them. And so tonight, I'm going to do this plate. I found this plate at Animal Aid of Tulsa. And when I saw it sitting on the shelf, it just screamed at me, hello, come pick me up. And I just couldn't not go pick it up. And when I picked it up, I was looking at it and I noticed that it had this little chip on it. So my plan was to try to touch that up in a way so that it's not very noticeable. However, I've changed my mind. I'm going to leave the chip on there. And tonight I am going to ink it with A Beautiful Thing Is Never Perfect. This is part of a Club Couture transfer. I believe it's a Club Couture transfer. And it had some hummingbirds and a hummingbird and some flowers and that sort of thing. It was one of the summer ones. And this is going to go here. So this is a really quick, and I'm doing it with my dark brown. And the reason I'm doing it with my dark brown is because, I don't know if you can see, there's some brown. I'm waiting for the computer to catch up. See how there's some, like, a little bit of brown distressing in the paint job right along the edges here? That's why I'm doing the brown, because I think it'll be gorgeous with that brown. Okay, so that'll be the first project. And then, if I finish this tonight, great. If not, I'll finish it up after the fact. This I found at the Family and Children's Services thrift store. When I first saw this, it was another thing. Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. Let me put you down to the table so we can see. I'm going to lower this, so close your eyes if you tend to get dizzy, and I'll let you know when we're there. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Lowering the camera. Okay. All right. Oh, my chair and my mat are not agreeing with each other tonight. Let me fix that real quick. There. All right, so this is, I think, for plants. I mean, you could use it for anything, really. But when I first saw it, it jumped out at me as well, screamed, take me home, take me home. So I brought it home, and when I was looking at it at the store, I immediately saw this hanging on the wall like this. I'm waiting for it to catch up. See if you can see it. I know I angled the camera down. Hanging on the wall like this, and then having little knickknacks on each of the shelves. And having it painted in a way that this can be left up all year round and just change out the knickknacks for different seasons of the year. So that is why I need my sawtooth hangers to put on the back so it can hang up. Or I may just tape it to the back so that people can decide whether or not they want to, because I'm definitely going to put this in my booth when I'm done. Okay, so let's get started, because I don't want to keep you here all night. It's Monday night. We all have to go to work in the morning. At least some of us do. I know that. And I'm going to start with this. And I haven't officially washed it, so I'm going to wash it off really quick like. Just get it nice and clean. So this is the one I found at Animal Aid of Tulsa, where they assist animals. Now, if you're in the Tulsa area and you're watching this, this Animal Aid of Tulsa is located at on 21st Street, just east of Sheridan. They used to be up at about 15th and Harvard, or yeah, I think it was 15th and Harvard. And they were like behind another building, and it was hard to get to them, and they had a tiny little parking lot. You've probably been there at some point and probably remember. But they've moved, so they've got a cute little place on 21st Street, just east of Sheridan. They're on the north side of the street. All right, so it's clean and ready. Now I want to make sure the chip is on the bottom. All right, take a paper towel. There we go. I kind of want it smudge free. It's going to get smudged up again when I start putting my fingers on it, but I wanted to start off smudge free first. There we go. So this part here, you're only going to see one part of the process for inking on glass and making it permanent. And this says made in... It's too smudged. I can't make it out. Okay, so chip is on the bottom. Transfer. I definitely need to fuzz it. I have it written on the back. I better write on the back. A beautiful thing. A beautiful thing is never perfect. Make sure there's nothing on the plate. And now the hardest part for this, I believe, is going to be lining it up on, centering it on here the way I want it. Okay, this is not too terribly sticky, so I must have used it and just done a really good job of cleaning it. My first time or two. So what you see me doing here is basically what we call fuzzing our transfer, and the goal is to make it less sticky. So we're just sticking it onto this fuzz cloth to add lint to the back side. If a fuzz cloth comes in handy really well for this particular task, as well as drying your transfers. So if you're using a transfer on multiple items and you have to wash it in between, this comes in handy for getting it nice and dry and ready for the next use. You don't have to have a fuzzing cloth to fuzz your transfer. You can use a towel, you can use shirt, and then you can just do this number and it'll do just fine too. Now, so it's going to fit. It will fit. I just want to make sure I get it centered on here. I think that will do. Now, if I really wanted to, I could embellish it with a little ribbon, make a little bow on it or something. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think just the simplicity of the design over this beautiful, gorgeous plate that has a flaw. And I did notice a couple dings back here as well, but you won't see those. All right. I'm using my dark brown. A lot of my squeegees are in the bathroom because I did a bunch of chalking last night. And I haven't brought them back in here yet. Now all we have to do, I think I need to stir this up a little bit. I lost my mind. I don't know what I did with my lid. Oh, I put it all the way over here for some reason. I don't know why. All right. All right, so let's stir this up really quick. This ink is very old. I've had it for a very long time. I don't even think we have this color available. Yeah, I definitely need to add a little bit of distilled water to it. Just a little bit, not too much. So what I'm going to do is put this design on here, and then I'm going to dry it a little bit with my heating tool and then let it sit. This is really old, but I'm going to get use out of it. I'm going to make sure I get use out of it. Okay. There we go. And I put my squeegee down right here. And once I use the heating tool on it a little bit to let it kind of dry it up a little bit, I'm going to let it sit. And then tomorrow night, a little while before I go to bed, I'm going to take it downstairs and I'm going to put it in the oven. Well, I'm going to, yes, put it in the oven, and then I'm going to turn the oven on to 350 after I put this in the oven. Let the oven heat up with this plate inside, and then once it reaches the heating point that it needs to be at, let me rephrase that. Once it reaches the 350 degrees, I'm going to time it for 30 minutes. And then once the 30 minutes passes, I will turn the oven off and leave this in the oven until Wednesday morning. And then when I get up Wednesday morning before I go to work, I will take it out of the oven so that it won't be in there if my parents decide they want to use the oven for dinner. All right. So I've basically just covered all of the screened area with the brown ink. This is really old. All right. So I'm going to take the excess off. Just putting it back. This is why it's so old, because you don't really use a whole lot. Whatever you end up using, a majority of it ends up going back into the jar. Just like that. And I see a little air bubble right there, but hopefully, I don't think it's on the design. Okay. I'm going to let's see, move my tools out of the way. And then put this right here. I'm going to knock this down into the jar and then put it away because I don't want it all over my clothes. And then peel this off. Oh boy, I love it. Okay, I need to get the jar back out because there's a couple things I want to fix. So I'm just going to set this on here for now. I'll wash that in a minute. There's a little bit of bleeding right there, and there's a little bit of stuff that needs to be touched up a little bit. So, oh goodness, I'll be right back. Okay, so what I want to do, I have this little teeny tiny squeegee, and there's a spot or two that I saw that I want to just add a little bit more ink to. So I'm just dabbing it on there. You have to be careful, you don't want to dab too much because then you'll just start pulling it up. So that's what I want there, and then I'm done with that. So I'm going to before I start drying it and heat setting it, I'm taking off the area that bled a little bit. I must have had an air bubble there I didn't catch, and that's okay. It is easy to fix. And right here, just a tiny bit. I need to make sure I'm staying in the camera. Right there, just a tiny bit. Right here, just a tiny bit. These tools are awesome for this. I'm so glad they came out with this. So I'm just tidying up tiny little imperfections I found that I don't want on here when I set it. Of course, what is the message, right? A beautiful thing is never perfect. And here I am trying to make my design absolutely perfect. All right, I don't see anything else that's bugging me. Yay! And there it is. I really love it. I gotta wait for the computer to catch up to make sure I'm in your view. A beautiful thing is never perfect. And it's got the little chip right there. I love it. So now I'm going to heat set it for just a little bit, so it might get loud for just a minute. And in case you missed it earlier, tomorrow night, I'm going to let this sit overnight, and tomorrow night before I go to bed, I'm going to set this plate in my oven, turn the oven on to 350 degrees. Once it reaches that temperature, I will set the timer for 38 minutes. And once 30 minutes passes, I will turn the oven off, and then I will leave the plate in the oven overnight. Now, if you can't do it overnight, then you just leave it in the oven until it's cool enough to take it out with your bare hands. Do not leave the oven door open, just leave it shut. I love it. This is the perfect color choice for this plate. I am so happy with it. It'll be really gorgeous on a dark brown plate holder. You know those is that what they're called? Plate stand. A plate stand. And here we have it. A beautiful thing is never perfect. Yay! That's done. That's done for tonight. So I'm going to set it over here so nothing can happen to it until tomorrow. And now to start the second project. Actually, yes. Yeah, I'm going to start the second project, but I need to take this to the sink really quick, like, before it gets too stained. I will be right back. So now you wash, when you use your transfer, you wash it off under some cool or lukewarm water until it's clean as you can get it. You scrub it on the top side, not scrub it, but carefully wash it, get all the chalk paste or ink off of it, turn it over, wash it off on the sticky side, and then lay it sticky side up on a towel until it dries. I will leave it there till tomorrow morning. And then when I get up in the morning, I'll take it, put it back on the backing, and put it away. So now this, I left my glasses in the bathroom. Oh my gosh, I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to work on that a little bit more. I rushed. Luckily, you can, if you're watching the replay, you can just fast forward through this stuff. All right. So now I'm going to do Waverly White chalk paint. And I'm going to wash this off first. Sure how dirty it is. Oh, it's not too bad actually. I guess I should take the handles off first before I wash it. So there's paint inside the screw here. The person that did this before me did not take this off. I want it to look nicer than that. Maybe I should. It's very hot in here. January 10 and I'm hot. I guess I should have done this before the live. Oops. I just threw, there it is. I'm still trying to get this off though. I should have brought my drill in here. Of course, it's out in the car in my toolbox. Here we go. Now it's loose enough. Alright, that's one side. Ooh, that's a long one. Okay. And now the other side. Acting like it was stripped there for a minute. It's kind of acting like it's stripped. I might have to get new ones to put in here. I've got a ton in my toolbox. I don't think I'm going to finish this tonight because I'm probably going to want to put new hardware on this, and I need to find the hardware on there. So what I'm going to do is paint it, and then maybe finish it up next week Monday, because I don't want to keep you all night. It's Monday night, first day of the week, work week and school week, and we have to get up in the morning. Okay, this is taking forever. All right. Now, see, they didn't take it off when they did their paint job. So I'm just wiping it down with a okay, you're probably about to laugh. I use flushable wipes. You can buy these very inexpensively at Walmart. And when I'm cleaning if I'm cleaning my transfer with these, with wipes, I use these. Because you don't want to use anything like this on your transfer. You only want to use antiseptic wipes. But I only use that when I'm in a situation like if I'm at a class and I just need to wipe a little bit off. I use these to wipe a little off. I mostly just clean the transfers with water. But after the whole, COVID thing and running out of antibacterial wipes like we did and everything, I kind of readjusted how I did things, and I decided to use other brands and other versions of this for this sort of thing. Because I don't need to worry about, lotions and all that kind of stuff when I'm just washing off my project and preparing it. I might take a little sandpaper to the areas where they didn't take the handle off, because the paint is a little rough there. But I don't think I'm going to sand anything else. I want it to look aged and distressed. And I know I have sandpaper here. I just saw it. Not the grit that I wanted. I just want to smooth this out a little bit right here, so that it's not all lumpy clumpy. When I paint it. This is not easy to do. Let's see. I want to do it so you can see what I'm doing. See right here. It's, it's lumpy clumpy right there. So I'm just trying to. That's probably gonna take more than. There we go. Just peel it off a little bit. Okay, now I can smooth that. There we go. That's better. Much better. All right. There we go. Okay. I'm going to paint the whole thing, and then I'm going to sand just various areas just to kind of give it a distressed look. Ooh, look at that. I really should have done this beforehand to save time. And if I was just recording this, at this point I would pause the video and finish this up real quick. But that's okay. This is my first time doing this Makeover Monday, and I will be better prepared in the future. I will learn as I go. The best way to be most efficient with these projects for you guys. I hope this inspires somebody to go out into their area and find places that are doing the same thing that these places that I'm finding are doing. Not the same exact thing, but the same concept. So they can help them also. They can take advantage of the good deals on the items. Have fun making things with them. I mean, you can even find things. I recently picked up a few dresses that I love. They're like retro 70s kind of a style, and I absolutely love them. They go great with my boots because it's boot season now, right? Ouch. Whew. I don't want to get a splinter. This is very dirty. All right. I think I need to check the handle too. Probably needs a good cleaning. Let's see. All right. And here we go. So I'm just using Waverly chalk paint. Oops, I'm getting more than that, aren't I? I'm just going to start painting it. I don't plan to make it perfect, because like our plate says now, a beautiful thing is never perfect. You know, this is so much better than picking these items up and throwing them in my craft room. And, you know, maybe someday I'll pull them out and make something with them. Okay. I don't know, I might just do one coat. I like the way the coverage is going. Okay, turn it this way. And do this side. So that whoever had this before painted it gold. I don't know if they spray painted it or if they did what I'm doing, you know, brushed it. But it's got this really cool gold color on it, and so when I sand it to distress it, it's going to come back in gold. Unless I sand it, you know, really hard and go down all the way to the natural color of the wood. I don't know, I may do a little bit of both. I guess I should have put something under this. There we go. Try to protect my table as much as I can, as long as I can. because I truly am a messy worker. So when you come on, do me a favor and say hi. Let me know you're here. And tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to see how, you know, where my videos go, where my lives go, where my videos go. If you're watching the replay, that would be awesome if you could put hashtag replay. And if you know of anybody who might be interested in this, it would be even more awesome of you if you would let them know. Show it to them. Sprinkle the love. Share the love. That's not... Sprinkle the love. I know I've seen there are many people out there that like to upcycle with things that have just been discarded. It's just so much fun. And it's great for the environment, you know, that doesn't just end up in the trash or in the landfill. There we go. I like the way that looks. Okay. So that's 3 sides so far. Now we're on the 4th side. I may or may not do the bottom, probably, just to give it a completely finished look. I will probably do the bottom. I love this chalk paint because it just dries so fast, which is perfect for me and my impatient self. Okay, so here's where the little roughness was, right here. This is the side that was a little worse than the other. I probably could have sanded it some more, but I think it'll be okay. There we go. A beautiful thing is never perfect. I have to remind myself of that when I'm making things, because I tend to get so particular, and sometimes it can be paralyzing. I don't know about you. Have you ever had that issue where you're wanting to do something, but it has to be so perfect in your mind that it gets to be a little paralyzing as far as getting started? So if you're in the Tulsa area and you know of any places that I haven't been to yet, and I'm not talking about Goodwill or Salvation Army, I'm talking about smaller places like Turning Point and Middle Earth Treasures, the Animal Aid of Tulsa. If you know of any that I haven't found yet, let me know where they are so I can go check them out. If you've heard of any that you've always wanted to check out, let me know where they are and we can go shopping. I'll go and you can hang out with me while I'm doing my live. All right. So, before I do anything else at this point, I'm going to dry it up a little bit. About to get loud. just don't want to get any fingerprints in the paint. I've done that before where I've gotten way too impatient and I start picking things up after I painted it thinking they were dry, and then ended up with my fingerprint in the paint. So that's what I'm trying to avoid right now. I can literally see the paint drying. I love it. Okay. And this side. Perfect. A little bit. Let's go ahead and finish this up over here this way. Looks like the grain of the wood goes this way. I might have to finish using this brush, this sponge, when I'm done. These sponges are great because when I'm done, I just rip the sponge off the stick, and I've got myself a little dowel. And I've built up a drawer full of these, and so I need to start making things with them. I started making pumpkins with them, and I was cutting them in different sizes, and then I broke my tabletop saw while I was doing that. So I had no way to cut them, so I had to stop. And then for Christmas, my sister and my brother-in-law sent me a saw, a big saw, a big girl saw. The one I had was really, really small, and I loved it. It was adorable, and it worked for I think about a year. And then I broke the blade. I could probably just replace it and use it for small things. I mean, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But I definitely want to use my new big girl saw to make things. There we go. Okay, I want the streaks, and so I'm just kind of trying to, there we go, thin it out. I put a little too much. No way to speed this up for you. I'm sorry. This sponge is almost dead, but I'm almost done here. So I think next week I'm going to have to start my live earlier because I have a meeting at 8 o'clock on Monday nights, and I wasn't thinking when I scheduled this. So next week I'm going to start at 6:30. 6:30 Central Time. All right. Make sure there's no extra clumpiness right there. And take the dryer to it, so it's about to get a little bit loud. You might want to turn down your volume. So every bit of it is dry. That's old from something else. So that's good. Now, that's how it looks now. I don't like the way it clumped right there, so I'm wiping it off. I'm going to get rid of this. Take that off. And I have to decide if I want to use this or a paintbrush. So, let's see. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Let's see. So here's what I'm going to do. Instead of keeping you here all night, I have already, as you can see, I'm going to do the inside as well. Let me do the tops. I'm going to do the entire thing in this one coat of white. And then I'm going to distress it with some sandpaper. So I'll do that to the outside part of it tonight in the live, and then I'll finish the inside part outside of the live, and then I'll post it when I'm done. Because I don't want to, I mean, this is going to be a little bit longer than I thought. Especially trying to deal with the inside. I love this. It might be hard for me to part with it. I could see putting this on the wall over there in my Keurig area and then placing my coffee cups in it when I'm not using them. That would be really cute. I think I'm convinced that this is going to be a wall piece. So I'm definitely going to put the hangers on it. It's the first thing that came to mind when I saw it. And it's what I'm talking about now. It's what I'm envisioning. So I just need to do it. So there are places where the paint has started to peel, and I didn't notice that until just now. So we'll see what happens. I may just leave it just for the sake of having it look aged. I really want it to look aged. There we go. This top part here has got a lot of gold on it. Okay. Okay. This. Look at the other side. Okay. It's got like little cracks and stuff in there. So I'm going to take the dryer to it. It's about to get loud if you want to turn down your volume. So if you're watching this replay and you've never seen my stuff before, and if this is something that interests you, then you would like to join me while I'm shopping and see the things that I find and see how things are made over, then please be sure, I would be so ever so grateful if you would follow and like this page. And tell your friends about it if you have any friends who are interested in this kind of stuff. And what would be really fun is if we could all share, if you were to like be on the hunt for thrift stores in your area that do the same things, kinds of things that these do, we could share with each other. We could, you know, tell each other about each other's areas, what people are doing to help the community that they live in. All right, so now I'm going to take my sandpaper, hold it down. I'm still developing the ability to work with sandpaper. And this is so big, it's hard to work with. So basically, what I want to do is just find places to sand out. And just kind of rough it up a little bit. Now, I shouldn't have done that. I might have to touch that up a little more. Okay, folding it is a bad idea. Do you have any suggestions? I guess a sanding block would be better, huh? So the idea here, this is probably going to be more worn out than the rest of it, right? Because the handle will be here. I like the way I did that. So I may just do the whole thing that way. Just like that. Look at that. And then in here as well. Just give it a little bit of it almost seems like I'm just scratching off everything I just painted on there. I'm definitely going to have to seal this once I'm done. And then I'll do the same for the sides. Maybe a little bit on the bottom. Especially on the corners. All right. Down the side, down the corners here. Right. And over here. Here. I don't know if I'm out of camera. I'll wait for the computer to catch up. Yep, I'm out of camera. I'm trying not to be out of camera. I have to figure out a different way to do the camera sometimes. So. Turn it this way. I don't know where that red is coming from. I like that. I like that. I like it. I'm figuring out my groove. My shoulder is not liking it, but I'll get there. Oh, I need to get my computer out of there. I'm covering my computer with paint. I have to put my computer on the other side. And that's it. That's all I want to do. Perfect. I'm a mess. So, the outside is done. I am going to do the inside off of camera. I'm just kind of trying to get the sawdust off. I love this. Look at this. So when that's hanging on the wall, it's going to be like that. And now I just need to do the inside. So there's the outside. And if you want to see the finished product, I did put the link to my to where I'm doing this live in the description. And I will post the rest of it when it's finished. It's going to be awesome. I am so excited. It's going to be a lot better than I even thought it would be. Okay, I need to get my poor computer cleaned off. So that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for those of you who watched. And if you follow and like my page, thank you so much for that as well. And I will show you the finished product as soon as it is done. I may even record myself finishing it and then just play the video in, in a fast, high speed. Oh, there's still this to do too, but I won't keep you. It's been a long time. All right, that's it for tonight. I think I'm going to see if I can try to catch some of my meeting. And I will hopefully see you Thursday, 12:30 Central Time. We will be at Middle Earth Treasures. I will check in with them tomorrow and make double sure they are going to be open and available. And if they're not, I will pick another place. But for the time being, Middle Earth Treasures is where we will go tomorrow. All right, good night, everybody.